next on the agenda is Niels has proposed doing lightning talks for this meeting going forward, and he wanted to give us a meta lightning talk about giving lightning talks.
Thanks, George. Can everyone see my screen? Excellent. Hi, everyone. My name is Niels. I'm a machine learning engineer at the Union AI team, and I also contribute things here and there to the Flyte Python SDK, including examples and tutorials and other things in the core code base. But today I want to talk to you about how to give a lightning talk, and it's in the lightning talk format. So before I go on, I've taken great pains to avoid infinite recursion here, because at some point I was like, as you'll see, there's a certain structure to lightning talks, and so you can easily talk about how to do it and then keep going down that rabbit hole. So what's a lightning talk? It's usually a 3 to 5 minute talk, and the purpose of it is to expose people to an idea you think is worth sharing. It's a very high level directive there, but I found it actually very useful, and even for longer form presentations, I use the things that I've learned giving these things, and I applied to them and sort of tweak it, because obviously longer form presentations allow you to go into more detail. So the general structure of lightning talk, this is according to one of the references I'll link to, is you want to start with the who. And this is important because if you just kind of show up as a talking head and people don't know who you are, where you came from, what you do, there's not, or I'll say it another way, doing so, introducing yourself, provides everyone with more context of like, okay, wow, here's this topic. Hopefully the title of the talk is informative. Here's this person now delivering these ideas to me. Get into the what. So that was the previous slide. So I talked about what a lightning talk was. And this could be, something you built, something you learned from a blog post or a book or an article. And then the why. And this is important because it provides, in combination with the who, it gives you additional context on why the topic is important and why you should care, you as the audience. Then go into how. So if this is, say, like a technical talk, this might go into how you did what you did. And the last two are important. So the penultimate point here is, so what can I do with this information? And so this gives the speaker like the chance to sort of articulate why other people should care about this topic. I'll get into why lightning talks are important, and so what you can do about it. And finally, the last point is where can I learn more? And so again, to kind of tie this structure together, a lightning talk doesn't give you enough time to go into the details, into the meat of something, but it does give you a chance to like hook, introduce a little like mind worm into someone's brain to like sort of, poke them into learning more. And really, the whole structure of this is to effectively be able to, tell someone why you'd want to learn more about some topic. So the first, I guess, the 0th level of why we're doing this is we want to provide a lightweight venue for the Flyte community to share ideas and projects. And we have the OSS sync. This seems like a perfect venue to do this. And just to say, myself and some of the other teams, I'll be bugging them to do at least one lightning talk per OSS sync up. That's not a workshop, because I think workshops take the entire time. But if no one's going to sign up, I'll just be talking about something or other, package X with Flyte, package Y with Flyte. So, if you get tired of listening to me do that, then I would encourage you to propose something, and I'll show you how to do that. The first level of why for you is as domain experts or engineers, technical folk, people who build things or study things, analyze things, we tend to like to put our head in the sand, like this ostrich here. I might be projecting, but this is just me, maybe. But I think there's a common mentality of like, if I build it, they will come because it's so awesome, right? And the reality is someone needs to broadcast the fact that something exists. Hence why advertising and billboards and whatnot is such a big industry. And lightning talks are a way of doing this for complex ideas and simple ideas as well. So why you should consider giving a lightning talk is it in this venue in particular is it provides a low stakes way for you to practice communicating ideas in a quick and simple way. It'll force you to distill complex ideas into their core principles and expose others to things that you care about. How of this is fairly simple. I mean, you have some kind of slide deck software or something. These are kind of just rough guidelines that I use, but one idea per slide is generally good. Use images and GIFs that, as you've seen, I use a lot here. And the fewer the words, the better. Again, these are rules of thumb, and in longer form presentations, you'll want a lot of detail and you'll want to dwell on a single slide. So what can I do with this information? It might seem scary. I know public speaking is not, I think is like the #1 fear of a lot of people. I forget where I'm pulling this out of, but I mean, it is scary, but I think this, we want to give a venue for you to like practice and to be able to put these things together. The sign up form is here. So if I click into this, just a Google Sheet, it takes you to 2 paths. So if you want to be a speaker, great. You can go next and provide some information about the talk title, when you want to give the talk. If you just want to propose an idea, you can go through this branch and just give a kind of high level topic and details on what the topic would be about. And then my last pitch to you is if you're a procrastinator, lightning talks are for you. So I put this together in 20 minutes right before OSS sync up. Again, this doesn't have to be super polished, super refined. It doesn't have to be like this huge insight or anything. It could just literally be, I did X with Flyte, or here's what I learned from a blog post about distributed data processing, or something around the topics that we care about here in the community. Or here's a Python package that would be cool to integrate. This is an idea I had for some talk. It's like, here's like Julia, like this language that doesn't have a SDK. Here's how you run something on a raw container. And then there's another wacky idea I had of like building a distributed data frame on top of Flyte. Probably not, it would be a cool exercise in like understanding how these things would be built from the ground up. But so these are like pretty wide and broad, and you can talk about pretty much anything, at least within the scope of distributed data processing. Where can I learn more? Here's the self-reference to this slide deck. I guess I'll share this in the OSS notes. And then a few other things that I kind of I've known before / Googled when I'm making these slides, just about other people's guidelines about how to give a lightning talk. And with that, thanks. Hopefully this will get you to put something in that Google form.